Hey guys, it's Tyler. Some quick 3 a.m. thoughts here. I was scrolling through YouTube and going through old subscriptions as I do, thinking, man, I haven't seen a upload from that guy in a while, and then find out what he uploaded a video 6 hours ago. Why isn't it at the top of my feed? Going through and seeing that if you go through your YouTube subscriptions, eventually you just run out of room. I can't even get to the letter S in my subscriptions now because of the asinine way that YouTube has organized everything. I remember years ago I had to break out every single one of my liked videos into like 6 different playlists because at some point they released an update that for years broke it so that it would cap out at like 500 videos and then you would have no way of looking through your like videos. But I don't want to just rip into Google for this, as you know they're a small little indie company that they're trying their best out there. I want to rip into the user base. I primarily want to rip into the kinds of channels that started during COVID, and if you're this person, I'm criticizing you right now. If you were the person that went whole hog on starting a new hobby in 2020, you're gonna read books, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do the other thing. Okay, the reading books one I have a real beef with because I worked in a library for years after 2020, and we were dealing with people returning piles and piles and piles of books to the point that it was a legitimate fire hazard. If you're going to commit to the YouTube thing, to doing HEMA videos, my fellow martial artists are the absolute worst about this. Roar, which when I was starting HEMA, 9, 10 years ago, was one of the biggest blogs and YouTube channels for getting into studying the historical sources and practical live demonstrations of lots of those historical treatises. Well, 8 years ago, they just disappeared into the void. No communication at all. They just stopped existing. And do you owe your audience communication when you decide, for health or whatever personal reasons, to stop making videos? No, not necessarily. But I do think it's a little hypocritical to put yourself out there on a public platform and then not communicate at all when you stop doing these things. If nothing else, it's just annoying that I have your subscription in this giant list clogging things up, only to scroll down and go, dude, you motherfuckers haven't uploaded in 8 years, right? And there are some channels that have inconsistent upload schedules, and I know I can expect 1 or 2 videos from them every year, every other year, and okay, that's just the way they do it. They either only make videos when they think they have something really important to say, or have super high production value, and it takes them a long time to make those videos. Understandable. This is mostly a complaint about the channels that pump out videos. They play the algorithm game. Oh, I need a new video every week, every few days, so that I can keep getting hits on the algorithm. I need the super good looking thumbnail. I need the shock face. And when you have probably literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of these channels out there that do this for months, years, maybe even only weeks, they pump out 6 or 7 videos. I've just gone through 10 channels that I was subscribed to 2020, 2021, 2022, where they made 6 videos, really good cameras, great audio setup. They probably spent 10 times the amount of money and effort that I do on my own vids, only to then disappear. They just stopped doing it, gave up entirely. And like I said, martial arts channels are the worst about it. Other ones that are, and I'm not going to talk about ones that have copyright issues, obviously, because that's not their fault. They're literally just getting flagged and can't continue uploading on that channel. That's not what I'm talking about. But YouTube has a real issue with this of trying to find any old videos or trying to find any new videos, trying to get the content that you're actually subscribed to show up on your feed. And I'm preaching to the choir here to anyone who's had a YouTube account for a long time, but there desperately needs to be an archival system on this website. Google already knows that storing this data is incredibly expensive. I wouldn't even venture to guess the amount of data that YouTube, a website like YouTube stores. It must be obscene. And I think it would do them a lot of good to say, your channel hasn't uploaded in 5 years. We'll send you an email. Oh, you're not responding. We're going to shut your channel down, and we'll upload it all in 240 or 360p to YouTube Archive. And it would be a huge undertaking. But I'm sure, though they are a small indie company, the brilliant engineers at Google could run a botnet or a script that could do this automatically and go through and get rid of the fucking chaff, the absolute garbage that fills my feed, that fills YouTube no matter how you interact with it. When I open it and it's sticking me at the home page and I'm getting random recommendations of videos from years ago for channels that just stopped uploading. They just aren't active anymore, right? And the trend chasing is the worst. The lack of communication is bad too. What I find particularly egregious are the channels that have active Patreons that are asking you for money, that are e-begging out there so that they can pay for their nice camera setup, their nice microphone, their nice noise isolated area. And then last upload, 3.5 years ago. Did they shut down their Patreon? No, they're going to take advantage of the few poor saps that have it set to auto pay and aren't noticing the $5-10 a month that's going out to them. And it's just in general made me really upset with the state of the platform, and I wanted to make this as twofold. What about me, right? This is why I am a variety channel, and I'll always be a variety channel. I'm not going to make you subscribe to 3 or 4 different channels, because what I have seen in 90% of cases, somebody will forget about one of those channels and they won't upload on it for 3 or 4 years. Somebody will push you over to, oh, by the way, go subscribe to my cooking channel. Go subscribe to my martial arts channel. I also have a channel where I do this. Then they upload 99% of their content on one channel, and then the other channel doesn't get an upload in 4 years. And so then I have to scroll through my huge wall of subscriptions every few months, unsubscribe from a bunch of people because, great, you told me I was going to get one thing, and then you never got it. And of course, like I said, you don't owe me anything. I'm not giving you any money. But I am giving you my time. And if you don't respect my time, well, then I don't respect you. That's as simple as it goes, right? If you don't care about my respect as a random guy on the internet, also fine. I try to respect your guys' time. Believe it or not, with my inane ramblings and 15 billion hour videos of beating a dead horse. And I try to do that by having everything on one channel. Just skip the videos you're not interested in, right? I try to maintain, if not a consistent upload pattern, I try to keep you updated on what's going on if I'm not uploading a video because I just don't have any ideas for it, or in recent months, I've been insanely busy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a little, channel update. It's going to be same old, same old. I'll make videos about whatever I'm interested in and continue doing that so that I don't fall to this, content of the week, trend chasing slop. And I'm probably not going to increase my production value because the highest production value channels I've seen have either the worst quality of the actual content, actually what they're talking about is very vapid, or they just can't keep up with that because it's a fucking full-time job. Video editing is nightmarish, dude. It's the software all sucks. It all sucks. You can, like, I'm a technical editor for a living, technical documentation, and Microsoft Word sucks, and we've been doing Word editors for 40 years now, and we still can't make them have consistent formatting without a million bugs. If you, oh my god, converting into PDF sucks. It's an awful format, but it won't die. Companies won't stop using it. It's still the gold standard for some reason, but it's a god awful format. It sucks. Editing sucks, man. It's if you want to start hating your hobby, edit. Right? There's a reason people go to get degrees and people get paid. A technical writer at Microsoft gets paid $120,000 a year starting. There's a reason for that. So yeah, no, you will probably never see nice backgrounds or music. That's what prevented me from making videos in the first place. Is the first 4 or 5 videos I deleted on this channel because background audio is too high, or some audio is clipping, or the camera doesn't look right, or the capture window isn't here, or OBS is crashing, or this, that, and the other thing, and it's just... You would assume that because this is not exactly a young industry, someone would make something like Scratch or I forget the software I've used for designing websites for CSS and not Counter-Strike Source, that's cascading style sheets in HTML, where it makes the coding quite easy. You hit tab, everything's color-coded for a new line here. You're not having to compile and go, oh, where the fuck did I miss a semicolon? It just does everything clean for you. You would figure some video editing software company would fix these problems decades on, but we still have to deal with the same jank, the same... Well, to quote Charles Carroll, 60 years ago, we could get to the moon. But today you can't have a Chrome tab open or it's going to crash your computer. So, yeah. Now, I'm just annoyed at the slop, and I'm just going to continue hitting record, doing the things that work, hitting upload, making sure it's vaguely listenable, and then hitting publish. So, if that's not what you're here for, if you like the super highly polished stuff, it's probably not the channel for you. Thank you guys for your continued viewership and good comments. I don't just want your views. I really am mostly interested in the engagement, right? And not engagement as a oh, I need my good statistics. I gotta have my numbers, my graph up at the end of the year. No, I want to have conversations with people. Believe it or not, on the social platform, I'm using it in its social aspects. I often feel like I'm the odd one out on platforms like this. See ya.